Hi, welcome to the Deep Dive.
Yeah.
Have you ever paused to consider certain widespread perceptions in our society, particularly around topics like, well, wealth and specific communities?
Mhm.
Today, we're embarking on a fascinating journey, a true deep dive into an area that's often misunderstood, sometimes, frankly, fraught with deep historical baggage and unfortunate stereotypes.
Indeed. And there's this long-standing, often quite complex perception that Jewish people are, disproportionately wealthy.
Right.
Now, this isn't about perpetuating or promoting stereotypes at all, but rather taking a comprehensive sort of academic and, I hope, empathetic look at the historical, cultural, and religious principles that have really shaped economic approaches and, well, achievements within Jewish communities over centuries.
Okay.
It's meant as an educational exploration, really aiming for a nuanced understanding of what is a truly intricate topic.
Exactly. So, our mission today is to thoroughly unpack this perception. We'll examine its historical roots, explore the underlying principles and practices that have, historically contributed to economic success and remarkable resilience within these communities. We'll look at the journey, the immense challenges faced, and there were many, and the unique wisdom that has been passed down through countless generations. By the end of this deep dive, you, our listener, should gain a far richer understanding of a subject often discussed, maybe casually, but rarely explored with the depth and nuance it really deserves.
Yeah, the goal is definitely clarity.
Our goal is for you to walk away with maybe some surprising facts and a clearer picture of how these principles might offer universal lessons.
Right. We aim to provide you with insights into both the foundational values and the external circumstances that have played such a significant role.
The push and pull.
Exactly. This should help you distinguish between perception and reality, allowing you to appreciate the universal principles of success that can emerge from, well, unique historical trajectories. It's really about learning from a remarkably rich and enduring history.
Okay, let's unpack this perception then. We're starting with the core principles and historical context. And there's truly a fundamental starting point, the unique perspective on wealth embedded within Judaism itself. This isn't, like you sometimes see, a belief system that casts poverty as a virtue, which, some other philosophies or spiritual paths might emphasize.
Quite the opposite in many ways. What's truly fascinating here is that at its core, Jewish tradition, particularly as articulated in ancient texts like the Talmud, strongly believes that each person has a responsibility to actively avoid poverty.
A responsibility.
Yes, and strive to be gainfully employed. This isn't just about, earning a living. It instills a profound, almost sacred work ethic and a deep sense of personal responsibility. The idea is that economic success isn't merely an option or like a lucky break, but a foundational goal seen as a natural and desirable outcome of one's diligent efforts and contribution to society. It really grounds individuals in the practicalities of self-sufficiency, framing work as a dignified and necessary pursuit.
And, okay, tied into this is the concept of giving, tzedakah, which might seem counterintuitive if the primary goal is, as you said, to avoid poverty and, well, accumulate some wealth for stability.
It seems like a paradox, but it's not.
But it's absolutely essential to the overall philosophy.
Yeah.
The expectation is to contribute a significant portion, generally between 10 to 20% of one's wages, to religious and charitable causes.
Correct. A tenth to a fifth.
But here's the crucial balance, and it's a vital distinction, I think. You're explicitly not meant to rely on charity yourself, nor become a burden on the community.
Absolutely. Self-reliance is key.
It's about a proactive, self-reliant approach with a strong, ingrained commitment to contribution and community support, rather than being, say, a passive recipient. It's a delicate dance between individual prosperity and communal obligation.
Well put. This mindset creates an incredibly powerful internal drive. It's about seeing economic success not as a selfish pursuit, but as the natural and expected outcome of hard work and self-sufficiency, all while acknowledging a profound communal responsibility.
Right.
Our responsibility to both give back and ensure the well-being of the wider community. It creates a robust cycle where individual prosperity is linked directly to the flourishing of the broader collective.
That makes sense.
This fundamental value really sets a strong tone from an early age, fostering a mindset where success is not just desired, but is the expected outcome of diligent effort, leading to a vibrant, self-sustaining community.
Now, let's pivot to a truly significant historical factor. one that forced a radical, almost involuntary adaptation for Jewish communities, especially in Europe.
Yes, this is crucial context.
The widespread inability of European Jews to own land. Sometimes this restriction goes as far back as medieval times, and it was certainly not a minor detail in what was, back then, a predominantly agrarian society.
Absolutely not. It essentially cut off access to the primary source of wealth, power, and status for the vast majority of people during those eras. Land was wealth.
Exactly.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture, this historical marginalization, particularly prevalent in Europe, meant that traditional agricultural wealth, the very foundation of power, social standing, and prosperity for much of that historical era, was largely inaccessible to Jewish communities.
They were just barred from it.
Often barred by law or custom from land ownership, yes. However, as the saying goes, necessity is the mother of invention. This severe systemic constraint didn't stop them. Instead, it pushed Jewish communities into alternative avenues,
Okay.
most notably becoming exceptionally prominent merchants and traders. They were forced to adapt, and out of this necessity, developed expertise in fields that were not tied to fixed assets like land.
Like knowledge and networks.
Precisely. This shift was profound, laying groundwork for future economic specializations.
So this wasn't just about finding a new way to earn money. It inadvertently created a unique and, well, crucial safety net, didn't it?
Absolutely. Think about it.
Imagine being expelled from a region, which unfortunately was a recurring and devastating historical pattern for Jewish communities across Europe.
Tragically common.
If your wealth is tied to land your farm, your estate, you lose everything the moment you're forced to leave. But if your wealth is in transportable goods, or maybe more importantly, in highly valuable skills like trade, commerce, finance,
Skills and connections.
you possess assets that can be carried with you, allowing you to reestablish yourself elsewhere. Their services as skilled merchants and traders became so valuable, often connecting distant markets and facilitating trade routes, that they were frequently welcomed, or at least tolerated.
Right.
They're relatively safe where their commercial skills were needed, offering a crucial form of resilience against persecution and displacement. This portability of their wealth and knowledge and networks became a survival mechanism.
That adaptability is such a powerful lesson in itself, one that resonates even today. It highlights how resilience and innovation in the face of immense adversity can open entirely new and often unexpectedly lucrative pathways. These innovative approaches to economic engagement, born out of historical necessity, cultivated a deep understanding of markets, logistics, cross-cultural communication, you name it.
Skills still valuable today.
Absolutely. Many of the global trade networks and commercial practices we see today can trace their roots in part to these early adaptations by marginalized communities who were forced to find creative solutions for survival and prosperity outside of traditional societal structures.
Okay, building on that, we arrive at another critical historical, I guess you could call it an opportunity, that arose, ironically, from religious circumstances this time, for the dominant Christian population of the Middle Ages.
Right, the restrictions on usury.
Exactly. During that period, the prevailing Christian belief largely forbade charging interest on loans, or what was called usury, creating a unique and profound economic vacuum.
And this raises a truly important question. What happens when a crucial economic function, the lending of money for profit, which is essential for investment, trade, economic growth, is religiously restricted for the vast majority of the population?
Someone has to do it.
Well, it creates an open field, a significant economic void that needs filling. Jewish people, whose religious views on lending did not hold the same prohibitions, stepped into this void.
It was permitted for them.
Within certain contexts, yes. They became exceptionally prominent in money lending businesses, filling a critical need for capital and developing economies, and effectively pioneering early forms of finance that were vital for medieval commerce and state bailing.
So it wasn't necessarily a choice driven by like an inherent preference, but maybe more a pragmatic response?
Very much a pragmatic response to an economic opportunity that was religiously unavailable to others.
And it seems like a very logical hop and a skip from being expert moneylenders who understood risk, credit, repayment schedules, all that,
The whole apparatus.
to actually opening what could be considered the very first banks in Europe. Imagine a developing continent with these nascent economies needing increasingly sophisticated services for managing transactions, facilitating transfers of large sums across regions, handling daily financial needs for burgeoning trade.
Complex needs were emerging.
Their strong background in finance, honed through generations of precise money lending and international trade, made them not just capable, but indispensable for these emerging financial systems.
They were, in many ways, at the forefront of what would become modern banking, facilitating economic activity on a really large scale.
But that success came with a dark side.
It did. This early success, born of adaptation and necessity, was undeniably pivotal for fueling further economic growth across Europe, providing the much-needed capital for various ventures, from merchant expeditions to royal projects. However, it wasn't without its severe challenges.
The resentment.
Exactly. This very economic prominence and indispensable role, unfortunately, often led to intense jealousy and resentment from other communities, particularly during times of economic hardship.
Scapegoating.
As history tragically shows us, this resentment frequently fueled much of the anti-Semitic sentiment and persecution that persisted through the ages, culminating in expulsions, violence, pogroms.
Terrible.
It's a stark and tragic reminder of how economic prominence, even when serving a vital societal function, can unfortunately become a target for prejudice and scapegoating.
Okay, shifting gears now to a more internal cultural factor. Let's talk about the profound, almost ingrained emphasis on education within Jewish culture.
Yes, this is hugely important.
A 2016 Pew Center study highlighted Jewish people as the most educated religious group globally, which, while maybe not surprising to those familiar with the culture, is still a truly remarkable finding when you see the numbers.
The numbers are quite striking. What's truly notable here isn't just that they are the most educated, but the sheer statistical difference that the study revealed. It found an average of 13.4 years of schooling for Jewish individuals worldwide.
13.4. Okay.
Now, compare that to Christians, who ranked second, but with an average of only 9.3 years of schooling.
Wow, that's a 4-year difference. That's significant.
It's a staggering difference on average, indicating a deeply embedded cultural priority. And when it comes to post-secondary degrees, things like bachelor's degrees or higher, a remarkable 61% of Jewish individuals hold these qualifications.
61%.
Yes, this is a level of educational attainment that stands out significantly across global demographics and is really a testament to centuries of valuing intellectual pursuit.
And this isn't just, an academic statistic or a point of cultural pride, though it is certainly both. More credentials, higher education. That translates directly, doesn't it?
Absolutely directly.
To higher starting salaries right out of university, and often to more lucrative career paths over a lifetime. This immediately impacts financial status and provides a stronger, more secure foundation for wealth building.
No question.
It's a clear and direct link between a deeply ingrained cultural value, the pursuit of knowledge, and tangible economic outcomes, setting individuals up for greater financial security and opportunity right from the outset of their careers. This emphasis on learning as a lifelong pursuit has profound practical benefits.
Absolutely. It speaks to a deep-seated cultural reverence for learning and intellectual pursuit, which isn't just about gaining knowledge for its own sake, though that is certainly valued,
Like a love of learning.
but also recognizing its immense practical value. This emphasis on education has tangible economic benefits, leading to higher-paying professions in fields like medicine, law, technology, academia, fostering innovation, and ultimately contributing significantly to both individual financial success and broader societal advancement.
And like those trade skills, it's portable wealth too.
Exactly. It's a powerful testament to the long-term, compounding returns on investing deeply in knowledge and intellectual capital. This has historically provided a portable form of wealth, much like their trading skills, that could not be easily confiscated.
Okay, this next point is incredibly powerful and I think very inspiring.
Yeah.
The concept of looking after one another within the Jewish community. Tzedakah, again, but broader.
Mutual aid, yes.
You could argue that perhaps it's born from a long history of marginalization and persecution, fostering an intrinsic need for solidarity, or maybe it's an inherent ethos deeply woven into their cultural fabric from ancient times. Either way, it's a profound commitment.
It seems to be both, really. This mutual aid mentality is indeed a cornerstone of Jewish communal life. It means that wealth isn't just about personal accumulation. In fact, excessive self-serving personal accumulation is actually seen as vanity and is highly frowned upon within Jewish ethical thought. Instead, wealth is consistently viewed as a means to a greater end, to grow, uplift, and support the entire community, ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to succeed and thrive.
So individual success benefits the group.
Precisely. This collective responsibility transforms individual success into a communal asset, a shared resource for the betterment of all. The idea is that true wealth is measured by the health and vitality of the community, not just individual coffers.
The example often given is really striking and illustrates this principle in action. If someone opens a new business, the community doesn't just offer congratulations or good wishes.
No, it's much more active.
They actively rally to support it. They might become its first customers, offer advice, make introductions, spread the word, become its most fervent advocates.
Be patrons.
And if someone falls on hard times, the community doesn't just offer sympathy, they actively try to help, providing support, resources, guidance, often discreetly, without shame or judgment. Judaic law even explicitly instructs that poor people are to be respected and protected, not shunned or shamed.
Dignity is paramount.
This isn't charity in the sort of maybe modern paternalistic sense. It's a proactive, systemic approach to communal well-being and shared responsibility.
Exactly. And this strong, ingrained focus on collective well-being has been absolutely critical for survival, even for communities facing extreme hardship, constant threat, or being shunned by wider society.
It builds resilience.
Immense resilience. Investing in one another, sharing resources, and providing mutual support ensures not only individual resilience, but also the overall strength, vitality, and shared success of the community as a whole. It demonstrates a powerful model of interconnectedness, where the success of one contributes directly to the strength of all, creating a network of support that can weather almost any storm.
That communal bond must have been a powerful counterforce to external pressures.
Absolutely. Often it was the main thing enabling survival and eventual flourishing.
Another fascinating aspect, and one that resonates deeply with timeless business principles, is how religion itself actively teaches and reinforces good business practices.
Yes, the ethical framework.
This isn't just about personal integrity or some vague moral code. It's explicitly codified in ancient teachings like the Torah and then elaborated upon in the Talmud, providing a very practical framework for ethical commerce.
Indeed. These teachings emphasize absolutely no room for dishonest practices in business. Any deception, collusion, or price fixing against a consumer is explicitly forbidden and known as ona.
Well, now, how does that translate?
It directly translates to oppression or wronging. The act of fleecing the consumer or taking unfair advantage of them through deceptive dealings is explicitly seen as an oppression of their freedom and a severe violation of ethical conduct.
Wow. So it's not just bad business, it's oppression.
It's framed very seriously. It's not just a recommendation. It's a profound religious injunction against exploitative behavior in commerce, stressing fair dealing and transparency as core tenets. This builds a reputation that transcends individual transactions.
So if you, as a business person, know you're going into business with someone who is guided by such clear and higher ethical standards, reinforced by deep religious convictions, well, it naturally makes them a very attractive and trustworthy business partner, right?
Of course, trust is foundational.
Trust is built in from the outset, reducing risk, fostering long-term relationships, encouraging repeat business, because you assume, or hope, they are operating from a place of integrity, not just pure profit motive.
It creates a powerful reputation for reliability and fairness within and beyond the community. Brand reputation, essentially built over centuries.
And this raises an important question for all of us, really, regardless of our backgrounds or beliefs. How do deeply held ethical values, whether they're secular or spiritual, profoundly influence trust and long-term success in any business relationship?
It's a universal question. When a community or individuals are known for their unwavering commitment to fair dealing, honest communication, and transparent practices, it creates a powerful competitive advantage that goes far beyond mere financial acumen.
It's more sustainable.
Absolutely. It fosters a sustainable foundation for prosperity built on integrity, attracting lasting partnerships and loyal clientele.
Okay, let's talk about resilience. Throughout immense challenges, centuries of persecution, displacement, unthinkable suffering, Jewish people have exhibited incredible resilience and perseverance.
Truly remarkable resilience.
This isn't just a desirable trait. It's deeply woven into their very fabric, almost functioning as an inherent survival mechanism honed over millennia.
It seems that way. The focus consistently remains on both the spiritual and the practical. When things inevitably go wrong in business, which, as we all know, happens to everyone,
All the time.
there's a powerful ingrained attitude of, okay, it happened, let's figure out how to fix it, rather than succumbing to self-pity, despair, or the notion of being a victim. Giving up is simply not seen as a viable option in the face of adversity.
Problem-solving mode.
Exactly. This unwavering determination is a testament to a deep-seated commitment to overcome obstacles, to rebuild, and to persist, drawing strength from a collective memory of enduring past hardships.
As the author H.W. Charles writes, the Jews are known for their perseverance, and this is what helps them achieve their goals. It's about continuous persistence in a chosen course of action or purpose, in spite of difficulties, obstacles, or discouragement.
That stick-to-itiveness.
That refusal to be defeated, that sees them through even the darkest periods. This relentless pursuit of goals, coupled with an adaptable spirit, has been a defining characteristic.
And this emphasis on resilience provides such a powerful model for anyone facing setbacks, whether in business, personal life, or any endeavor. It highlights the critical importance of cultivating a solution-oriented mindset.
Instead of dwelling on the problem.
Right. Viewing challenges not as insurmountable barriers, but as temporary problems to be systematically overcome. This approach, deeply ingrained through generations of facing adversity, is a key to long-term success and growth, teaching the profound lesson that setbacks are opportunities for innovation and renewed effort.
Moving into more modern times, we see the profound impact of generational financial education. Now, there was that controversial Jay-Z line
Ah, yes, the story of OJ.
about Jewish people owning property. It sparks quite a debate, but his defenders saw it not as an insult, but as a nod to a perceived historical success and, maybe, a powerful call for others in his community to adopt similar approaches to wealth building and intergenerational asset transfer.
Right. What's truly fascinating there isn't the controversy itself, which, frankly, largely overshadowed the underlying point,
Often happens.
but the underlying truth it highlights. The enviable generational knowledge and market confidence in areas like finance and property that seems to exist within parts of the Jewish community. This is a powerful legacy representing an intergenerational transmission of valuable economic wisdom, strategies, and even an intuitive understanding of markets.
That's down.
Passed down, exactly.
Yeah.
Regardless of anyone's perspective on the specific lyric, it points to a unique way of teaching and learning about money that many other cultures might not replicate as consistently.
Which leads us directly to how this is often taught at home, which truly seems to set it apart from many other cultures. While in many households, speaking openly about finance is, well, taboo,
Very much so.
with parents often trying to protect their children from the realities of money. Many Jewish parents seem to openly discuss finance. They use practical, hands-on methods like that 5-jar system to teach children money wisdom from a very young age.
Making financial literacy just a natural part of growing up.
Yeah, it creates a comfort and familiarity with financial concepts that other children might only gain much later, if at all.
And imagine this practical lesson, starting as early as, say, kindergarten. Children are given, for example, 10 shekels or dollars, and they learn to allocate them into 5 different, clearly labeled jars.
Okay, what are the jars?
Each jar represents a distinct financial purpose. Tithe representing charity and giving back to the community structure.
10%.
Often, yes. Then giving an offering for specific charitable causes or people in need. Then saving for future goals, short or long term. Then investing to make their money grow. And finally, spending for immediate wants.
So they learn allocation early.
Very early. They might put 1 shekel in tithe, 1 in giving, 1 in savings, maybe 2 in investing, and 5 in spending. Crucially, parents often don't intervene too much in their choices, allowing the child to feel ownership.
Learn by doing.
Exactly. The giving jar might be opened weekly, the tithe maybe at the end of the month, savings on special occasions, and investing only when the jar is full enough to, say, buy a share or contribute to a fund. This hands-on method allows children to learn accountability and ownership of their financial decisions, making mistakes,
With small amounts.
and learning from them early on in a low-stakes environment. This is experiential learning at its finest.
Okay, so beyond earning and saving, effective wealth management is key to sustained prosperity. The sages of the Talmud, as chronicled in Mordecai Javaditz's book,
Sages of the Talmud.
they offer timeless wisdom on managing money, often with a spiritual motivation that grounds financial decisions in a broader ethical and communal framework.
Right. It's not just about making money, it's about managing it wisely for the long term.
And the key part of that is diversification.
Absolutely. This includes the crucial principle of diversification, a concept as old as it is relevant today. The Talmud actually advises splitting one's assets. roughly a third in land, a third in merchandise or business, and a third in liquid assets or cash.
A third, a third, a third.
Now, that's an ancient context, but the principle holds. It isn't just an abstract financial strategy, it's a practical allocation of capital in a way that avoids exposing too much to one particular risk or asset.
Spreading the risk.
Exactly. Capital is spread out across different ventures or investments to reduce overall risk. The simple, timeless wisdom, passed down through generations and refined through millennia of experience, is precisely that. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. This minimizes vulnerability to any single market downturn or economic shock.
And this isn't just a cold, calculated financial strategy, is it? It feels like it reflects something deeper.
I think it does. It reflects a deep understanding of risk, prudence, and a long-term perspective on stability rather than chasing short-term gambles or speculative ventures.
And aiming for endurance.
Right. It emphasizes security and sustainability, ensuring that wealth can endure unforeseen challenges, survive periods of instability, and continue to grow steadily over time. It's about building a robust financial future that provides security not just for the individual, but also for their family and community.
It truly shows how ancient wisdom, deeply rooted in spiritual and communal well-being, can provide incredibly relevant and practical insights for modern financial practices.
The why behind these practices, whether it's diversification, ethical dealings, or communal support, is often as important as the what, highlighting a holistic approach to prosperity that integrates economic activity with broader life values. These aren't just dry financial rules, they are living principles for life.
Okay, networking. We all know networking opens doors, creates business opportunities, but it seems within Jewish communal life, there's ample, organic, and built-in opportunity for it,
It's woven into the fabric of life, really.
making it an integral, almost unavoidable part of their social and economic fabric.
Exactly. The rhythm of Jewish life, including, say, the weekly observance of the Sabbath, regular synagogue attendance, the myriad of Jewish holidays and celebrations throughout the year, these naturally serve as powerful conduits for building and maintaining long-lasting relationships.
Business and personal.
Both, often intertwined. These aren't forced networking events. They are genuine social gatherings where people connect, build trust, share experiences, and people inherently do business with those they know, trust, and who they perceive as genuine.
Trust comes up again.
Always. These regular communal gatherings create frequent, organic opportunities for interaction, fostering a strong network of trust and mutual support that transcends purely transactional relationships, leading to more reliable and hopefully ethical business partnerships.
So this highlights how strong community ties and shared cultural experiences can translate directly into significant economic opportunities. It showcases a kind of holistic approach to life and work,
That's a good way to put it.
where social connections are not just for personal enrichment or spiritual growth, but also for collective economic advancement, demonstrating the profound power of a cohesive and supportive community.
It's an ecosystem where social capital readily converts into economic capital.
And it raises an important question for any group or individual, really.
Which is?
How much does actively fostering genuine relationships within any community built on shared values and trust contribute to individual and collective prosperity?
The Jewish experience certainly suggests that these strong communal bonds are not just a social benefit, but a distinct economic advantage, built on trust and shared purpose. It can be a powerful model for anyone seeking to build a strong professional and personal network, regardless of their background.
Okay, learning from the past. They say history repeats itself, and it seems the Jewish community is acutely aware of this, having endured millennia of shifting political and economic landscapes.
Long memory, forged by necessity.
They actively use past circumstances and historical patterns to inform and guide their future decisions, particularly in business and finance, making a study of history almost a practical tool.
Very much so. This means actively looking at similar situations that have happened historically, say, economic downturns, periods of political instability, shifts in trade routes, technological disruptions.
Seeing the patterns.
Exactly. To make better business and financial decisions in the present. It's about recognizing patterns and trends in markets and economies, understanding the cyclical nature of market fluctuations, and gaining a deep foothold on worldwide currency and global economic forces.
It allows for a more informed approach.
A more informed and proactive approach to managing wealth and opportunity, minimizing risks, and maximizing gains by learning from the past. It's strategic foresight born from deep, often painful experience.
There's a quote from Kalsu Kuckerkorn, author of The Secrets of Jewish Wealth Revealed, that seems to capture this mindset beautifully.
Oh.
He writes, "Until now, your money has told you what to do and how much to work. Now you're going to turn that around. You'll learn how to tell your money what to do and how much to work for you."
Ah, that's powerful. Taking control.
It's a powerful shift from being reactive
Hmm.
to being proactively in control of one's financial destiny, which seems like a core tenet of the approach we've been discussing.
Yes. This strategic foresight, deeply rooted in historical awareness and the ability to discern patterns from past events, is a powerful tool for navigating complex economic landscapes. It transforms mere observation into actionable intelligence,
Turning knowledge into action.
allowing for informed decisions that mitigate risk, capitalize on emerging opportunities, and fosters a proactive approach to financial success. It emphasizes that financial mastery comes from understanding cycles and taking deliberate control, rather than just being swept along by external forces.
Okay, let's bring this full circle with a contemporary example. Mark Zuckerberg, raised in a Reformed Jewish household, started Facebook at just 19.
Right. A modern phenomenon.
His journey, though profoundly modern and technological, seems to resonate deeply with many of the principles we've been discussing throughout this deep dive.
Well, he has publicly stated he's become more religious since becoming a father, and he often offers advice to aspiring business leaders. And his philosophy, often quoted, "Some people dream of success while others wake up and work hard for it." That resonates, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
It resonates deeply with the core principles we've explored today: the strong work ethic, the emphasis on diligence, the pursuit of tangible results, the belief in self-reliance, not just aspirations or luck. It's a direct echo of that foundational principle of avoiding poverty through gainful employment and hard work.
And he certainly embodies the resilience to overcome challenges. I mean, remember Facebook's early struggles and constant criticism?
Definitely faced headwinds.
The relentless hard work required to build a global empire, the clear goal orientation, and the entrepreneurial spirit that we've been exploring. His story illustrates how these, you can say, ancient principles manifest powerfully in modern entrepreneurship and technological innovation.
Showcasing a continuous persistence and a drive to create something impactful and enduring.
Yeah.
So it serves as a powerful reminder that while historical context is crucial for understanding the roots of economic success within the Jewish community, the underlying principles, diligence, perseverance, strategic thinking, a commitment to personal responsibility, the value of education remain universal drivers of success.
For anyone.
For anyone, regardless of their background, religion, or field of endeavor. His story provides a contemporary illustration of timeless wisdom in action.
So, after all this deep diving and exploration, what's the simple truth here?
Wow.
Yes, it is a statistical reality that many Jewish people are financially successful, often disproportionately represented in certain lucrative fields, reflecting many of the principles we've discussed.
That seems factually accurate based on data.
But it's also true that, like any other large, diverse group, there are many who are not and live modest or even low-income lives. The perception of universal, monolithic Jewish wealth is simply not accurate.
No, it's a stereotype.
But the reasons behind higher statistical averages in certain areas seem clear and rooted in these deep historical and cultural factors we've explored.
Exactly. The key takeaway, therefore, is that the Torah and these historical and cultural practices and adaptations teach beautiful, enduring principles for success in life that are applicable to everyone.
Universal principles.
Absolutely, regardless of their background, religion, or nationality. These are not exclusive secrets or ethnic advantages, but universal wisdom distilled from centuries of experience, resilience, and a consistent focus on specific values and practices. They are principles that any individual or community can strive to embody.
Things like self-learning, a hunger for education, a strong work ethic, mutual aid within a community, a commitment to ethical business practices. Perseverance in the face of adversity, generational financial education, shrewd wealth management. These are clearly pathways to financial security and personal growth for anyone.
Right. It's about adopting a mindset of continuous improvement, adaptability, and responsibility, qualities that transcend any particular group or time period.
As Robertson Dana Weinberg puts it so powerfully, there are no problems, only opportunities for growth.
That's a great quote. It reframes challenges not as roadblocks or reasons for despair, but as catalysts for progress, encouraging a proactive and resilient approach to life's inevitable difficulties. It really highlights the power of mindset in shaping destiny.
Finally, though, it's crucial we acknowledge the long and often painful history of how Jewish people and money have been portrayed, especially in popular culture and prejudiced narratives.
Yes, we must address that.
This deep dive wouldn't be complete without addressing the persistence of harmful stereotypes, like the absurd and dangerous idea of secret Jewish societies controlling global wealth, which have fueled centuries of persecution.
These tropes are incredibly damaging and persistent. It's vital for all of us to actively stop fueling these stereotypes, which are born of ignorance and fear, not truth.
Education is key.
Absolutely. This requires open, honest dialogue about our differences, our privileges, and our shared historical legacies. We must educate ourselves, as we've attempted to do today, and acknowledge the incredibly complex and often challenging journey Jewish people have undertaken, a journey marked by both remarkable resilience and immense suffering. Understanding the real roots of prosperity helps dispel these baseless fictions.
And this deep dive has aimed to provide some of that education, offering a nuanced understanding that pushes back against simplistic prejudice narratives by grounding the discussion in historical fact, deeply held cultural values, and practical, timeless wisdom.
While providing a clearer, more accurate picture.
That's the goal.
By understanding the actual historical, cultural, and ethical drivers of economic engagement and success within the Jewish community, we can move beyond harmful misconceptions and appreciate the universal lessons contained within this rich tapestry of human experience.
Lessons for everyone.
Lessons of perseverance, the profound value of education, the strength of community, and the importance of ethical conduct that are valuable for all of humanity.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive today. We really hope you've gained a new perspective and some valuable insights into the multifaceted factors contributing to both the perceptions and the realities surrounding Jewish wealth.
Remember, knowledge is most valuable when it's understood and well applied. Maybe consider what principles from today's discussion resonated most with you and how you might apply them in your own life to foster your own growth, resilience, and prosperity.
Thank you for joining us on the deep dive. We encourage you to continue this journey of learning and critical thinking. Thanks for watching this. See you in the next episode. Like, subscribe, and share.